Isn't it funny how day by day nothing changes? But when you look back, everything is different. C.S. Lewis once captured the quiet power of change in these words. Consistency, often overlooked, is the slow but steady artist sculpting the masterpiece of our lives. But how often do we feel stuck, caught between the dreams we long for and the reality that feels unchanging? Have you ever woken up feeling like you're moving in circles, desperately chasing a breakthrough that seems just out of reach? It's in these moments of frustration and hidden pain that the power of consistency reveals itself, not as a magical cure, but as a daily choice to show up, to take small steps forward, even when you don't see results. Consider your struggles, the wounds, disappointments, and unfulfilled desires. The journey toward change can feel like an endless uphill climb, and when progress is invisible, giving up seems tempting. But what if those small, consistent efforts, the ones that feel insignificant, are exactly what's building the strength, the resilience, and the character you need? The world may celebrate big moments and sudden transformations, but it's in the steady, faithful actions that true growth happens. Think of an oak tree. It doesn't spring up overnight. It grows slowly, rooted deeply, surviving storms, yet every day it reaches just a little closer to the sky. That's the power of consistency in your life, the quiet persistence that, over time, transforms you from the inside out. You might wonder why consistency is the key. It's because it calls you to be faithful, even when you don't feel like it. It asks you to be present for yourself when your heart feels heavy, to keep striving when you're tired, to push forward when the path is uncertain. Imagine waking up each morning knowing that, despite your doubts and fears, you have the power to build the life you desire, not through one grand moment, but through the small, meaningful choices made daily. Each consistent step is a seed planted in faith, a choice to nurture hope, and over time, the results become undeniable. What if today is the day you choose not to be perfect, but to simply show up, again and again, believing that this steady faithfulness will take you further than you've ever dreamed? So I invite you to walk with me on this journey. Stay and listen, because the road to transformation is not just about the destination, it's about who you become along the way. And if these words have stirred something in you, if they've made you reflect on your own struggles and dreams, I encourage you to share your thoughts. Leave a like, leave a comment, and let's walk this path of growth, healing, and consistent action together, supporting one another as we discover the power that lies in showing up every single day. Your story matters, and the seeds you plant today will bloom into the life you've always hoped for. Can I get an amen from you? Picture a world where each morning is not just another day, but a chance to renew your commitment to what truly matters, a life brimming with purpose, unyielding hope, and the quiet strength that grows from steadfast determination. In this world, every challenge becomes an invitation to prove your resolve, and every step, no matter how small, feels like a movement towards something greater. This is the world of consistency, a realm where perseverance plants seeds that, in time, bear the fruit of transformation. But have you ever wondered why consistency holds such power over our lives? What is it about those daily actions, those choices that often feel mundane or trivial, that shapes who we become? C.S. Lewis, a master of articulating the struggles of the soul, once said, "Isn't it funny how day by day nothing changes, but when you look back, everything is different?" This speaks to the hidden magic in life's small steps, the gradual shaping of character through moments that seem ordinary but, woven together, lead to extraordinary change. Think for a moment about the pains and struggles you carry, the inner battles that no one sees. Have you faced moments when the path felt overwhelming and the temptation to quit whispered to your heart? Consistency asks you to face that whisper head-on. It's not about grand gestures or sweeping victories, it's about the daily resolve to show up when joy fades, when doubts rise, and when your strength feels spent. It's about continuing to walk, even when the road feels long and the night dark. The cumulative effect of small actions has a profound spiritual parallel. As Lewis would argue, it's the daily choices, the ones that might seem insignificant, that mold our souls and shape our destiny. Good and evil both increase at compound interest, Lewis wrote in Mere Christianity. Each act, no matter how minute, lays a foundation for the next, forming habits that build the life you live and the person you become. Consistency is faith in action, faith that today's effort matters, faith that the small steps you take in the face of struggle will, one day, carry you to heights you never imagined. When we strive for consistency, we aren't merely creating habits, we are inviting God into our journey, trusting that He is at work even when we can't see the fruits of our labor. What dreams, what hopes do you feel are too distant, too daunting? What if every moment you persist, every small action you take, becomes a prayer of faith, an act that says, I believe there is purpose in my efforts, even when I cannot see the full picture? In the world of consistency, every struggle is a stepping stone, every resistance a chance to strengthen your resolve. Embrace the journey, lean into the small steps, and trust that each one brings you closer to becoming the person you were created to be. Consider this: what truly separates the wishful thinkers from those who bring their dreams to life. It's the quiet, often unseen power of consistency, a strength that echoes through every success story and resounds in every victory. C.S. Lewis once noted, "Isn't it funny how day by day nothing changes, but when you look back, everything is different?" This reflection touches on the heart of consistency, the small, uncelebrated steps that, over time, build the foundation of greatness. When you embrace a steady effort, it's not just about repetition. It's about cultivating a deep-rooted discipline, a tenacity that transforms the ordinary into something extraordinary. It's as if you're planting seeds, small, daily actions that blossom into the fruits of your dreams. But let's delve deeper. How often do you find yourself faltering when the journey feels too long, when obstacles seem endless, and when the results seem elusive? Those are the moments that test the resilience of your spirit. Think of the struggle to achieve physical fitness. No one expects to become stronger or healthier by a single visit to the gym. It is the act of showing up consistently that shapes your body, mind, and will. Lewis's insights into spiritual life mirror this truth. He believed that a faithful, steady walk with God filled with small, daily acts of devotion creates lasting change, much like a sculptor chiseling away stone to reveal a masterpiece. Yet, consistency isn't just about perseverance, it's about hope and vision. When you are faced with setbacks and challenges, how do you keep your eyes fixed on what lies ahead? Remind yourself of your deeper why, the purpose that drives you and the vision of who you wish to become. Like Lewis wrote in his Reflections on Faith, it's about keeping your eyes on the far-off country, the promise of something greater, which propels you forward. Life is a journey of building, refining, and persisting. And through it all, consistency remains the key that unlocks the doors to every goal, dream, and desire hidden within you. C.S. Lewis wrote, "Isn't it funny how day by day nothing changes, but when you look back, everything is different?" This insightful quote speaks to the power of habit and the unnoticed transformation that consistency can bring. When you build a habit, you weave a new thread into the fabric of your daily life, creating a routine that reshapes you over time. But have you ever wondered why some habits stick while others falter? It's not just about willpower, it's about intentionally creating small, manageable actions that align with who you want to become. Just like nurturing a garden, you don't plant a tree overnight, you water a seed consistently, trusting that growth will follow. Ask yourself, what is one small habit you can introduce into your life to bring about a deeper change? Whether it's reading a passage of scripture each morning, writing a few paragraphs of your thoughts, or spending a moment in silent prayer, the key is to start small and make it achievable. It is in these small, daily decisions that transformation happens. The journey to consistency is not about giant leaps, but steady, faithful steps. The beauty of habit formation lies in its simplicity and its capacity to grow into something life-changing. Over time, these repeated actions become so deeply ingrained that they no longer require conscious effort. They become an integral part of your character, like a river carving out its path through the landscape. However, consistency isn't solely about what you do in solitude. Lewis also touched on the need for community when he wrote, Friendship is born at the moment when one person says to another, "What? You too? I thought I was the only one." Accountability, therefore, becomes a powerful ally in the pursuit of consistency. When you bring others into your journey, you are not only sharing the weight of your goals, but also inviting encouragement and shared celebration. Consider who might walk alongside you, who will cheer you on when you're struggling and remind you why you started. Tracking your habits, recording your wins, and finding supportive voices can transform your solitary path into a shared pilgrimage. Think about this: how often do you pause to acknowledge the small victories in your life? Consistency is built not just on determination, but also on moments of reflection and gratitude. Celebrate the small wins, no matter how insignificant they may seem. Lewis reminds us that hardships often prepare ordinary people for an extraordinary destiny. Even the smallest step toward a habit is preparing you for greater growth. So, choose one small action, commit to it daily, and invite others to join you. Remember, it's not just about becoming better, it's about becoming more fully who you were created to be. Consistency is not merely a path toward self-improvement or personal milestones, it reaches far deeper, touching the lives of those around us. Consider how C.S. Lewis portrayed this idea in Mere Christianity, where he noted, "Integrity is doing the right thing, even when no one is watching." But what does that really mean in the context of your own life? Think about the times you've shown up for a friend, committed to your responsibilities at work, or offered a steady hand in times of uncertainty. How did those actions, however small they may have seemed, build trust and create a reliable foundation for others to lean on? Lewis often spoke of the ripple effect of seemingly small acts of faith and love, consistent actions that may go unnoticed, yet have profound and lasting impact. In what ways have your steady, small gestures shaped the world around you, leaving a legacy of kindness and reliability? The power of being dependable isn't just about earning respect or gaining admiration, it's about embodying a quiet strength that others find comfort in. It's about offering hope to those who may be struggling, and being that source of light they can always return to. Moreover, consistency nurtures a sense of deep fulfillment, a purpose that transcends the mundane. Imagine living every day with the awareness that your actions are threads woven into a grander tapestry. When Lewis wrote, "The great thing, if one can, is to stop regarding all the unpleasant things as interruptions of one's own or real life." The truth is, of course, that what one calls the interruptions are precisely one's real life, the life God is sending one day by day. He was reminding us to see purpose in every single moment, to live consistently in the awareness that each day is a divine opportunity. When you show up consistently for something meaningful, whether it be your faith, your dreams, or the people who matter most, you find that each small, steady step becomes a brushstroke in the larger painting of your purpose. How might your own purpose shift when you recognize that every moment, every action, is part of a greater design? This realization doesn't just bring clarity, it breathes life into your actions, granting them a weight and meaning that keeps you moving forward. Every consistent choice becomes an act of faith, a way to honor God, to serve others, and to step fully into the calling that has been placed upon you. How will you allow your life, marked by the beauty of your consistent love and faithfulness, to leave an indelible mark on the world around you? C.S. Lewis once remarked, "Isn't it funny how day by day nothing changes? But when you look back, everything is different." This reflection touches on a profound truth about our struggles with consistency. Have you ever found yourself striving to stay committed to a path, only to be met by the discouragement of daily monotony and setbacks? Consistency is often misunderstood. It is not a mere habit, but an act of grace-filled endurance. But how do you transform that perspective? How do you build a life where showing up becomes less of a task and more of a journey toward growth? Start by shifting your focus from mere achievement to transformation. If the question is, "What must I do today?" then change it to, "Who am I becoming?" Remember that setting goals is not about reaching a destination, but about shaping your character through the journey. C.S. Lewis's writings constantly remind us that the process of becoming matters far more than the end itself. For example, in Mere Christianity, Lewis suggests that every time you make a choice, you are turning the central part of you into something a little different from what it was before. This perspective invites you to consider what every small, consistent action is molding you into. Define what kind of person you aspire to be, and let that vision drive your daily actions. Once you understand your deeper purpose, break it down into manageable steps. Lewis would argue that this transformation doesn't happen in a vacuum, it requires a community. Surround yourself with mentors, friends, and a support network who hold you accountable. Are there people in your life who reflect the values you want to cultivate? If not, seek them out. Join groups that inspire growth, and be willing to engage in honest conversations about struggles and victories. However, understand that consistency isn't about never faltering, it's about the courage to rise again after each fall. When you hit obstacles, and you inevitably will, think of them as refining fires. Lewis reminds us in The Problem of Pain that pain insists upon being attended to instead of letting setbacks define you. Let them shape your character and resilience. Challenges and failures are not barriers but opportunities that test and refine your faith and resolve. They push you to rely more deeply on God and to see your journey as one of continued growth. And then there's self-compassion. Acknowledge that the process of becoming is often messy and imperfect. When you fall short, extend grace to yourself. Lewis writes about human fallibility, noting that God knows our situation. He will not judge us as if we had no difficulties to overcome. Allow that grace to renew your determination, giving yourself permission to begin again every day. Finally, take time to celebrate the victories, both great and small. Each step forward, however minor it seems, is part of your transformation. Allow these moments to be a testament to God's work in your life, a living story of progress and grace. Let each small win fuel your journey, not as the end, but as markers of how far you've come in becoming the person you are meant to be. C.S. Lewis once wrote, "Isn't it funny how day by day nothing changes, but when you look back, everything is different? How often do we find ourselves yearning for a life transformed, only to overlook the daily habits that lead to real change?" Consistency is the unseen thread that binds our desires to reality, weaving our hopes into tangible outcomes. It isn't a destination we arrive at, but a continual journey, a rhythm of progress that shapes our character day after day. What does it mean to truly be consistent? It means embracing the quiet discipline of showing up, even when the results seem far away and the path is steep. In a society obsessed with instant gratification, where success is marketed as overnight and growth as a rapid ascent, the concept of steady, consistent effort may seem unappealing. Yet this very journey is what molds us, refining our strength and deepening our resilience. Lewis reminds us that relying on God has to begin all over again every day, as if nothing had yet been done. This suggests that the practice of consistency is more spiritual than we might realize, a daily act of faith, trusting that small actions accumulate into profound change. Are you willing to take those steps, even when the destination is unseen? Consider this: every act of consistency is a seed planted. At first, it may seem hidden beneath the soil, unseen and unnoticed. But with time, each small act builds on the last, growing roots deep within your life. You may not see immediate results, but remember that growth is often hidden before it is visible. Consistency means choosing to water those seeds daily, trusting in the unseen work being done beneath the surface. And what about when life becomes difficult, when doubt and fear make the journey seem impossible? Lewis observed that courage, dear heart, is what we must summon in those times. Consistency is not about perfection, but about perseverance, a commitment to rise again, to keep moving forward even when the road is uncertain. It's in these moments that you must remind yourself why you began, why you chose this path of growth and change. Allow your vision to be a source of strength, a reminder that every effort is a step toward the life you deeply desire. There is a beauty in knowing that this path is not walked alone. A community of fellow travelers, those striving for growth and self-improvement, walk alongside you. Lean on their encouragement, share in their struggles, and draw strength from the shared commitment to progress. Together, you form a body of support that uplifts and inspires, making the weight of consistency a little lighter. So today, let consistency be more than a goal. It should be your commitment, your promise to yourself that you will show up, rain or shine. Know that every small, seemingly insignificant action is a step toward transformation. And like Lewis suggested, look back one day and you will see just how far you've come. Your journey has a purpose, and each act of faith brings you closer to becoming the person God intended you to be. Consistency isn't just a task to be checked off a list, it's the rhythm of a life well lived. Think of it as a steady heartbeat, each day a beat that moves you closer to who you are meant to become. C.S. Lewis once wrote, "Isn't it funny how day by day nothing changes, but when you look back, everything is different." Consistency is like that, a quiet force shaping you, sometimes unnoticed in the moment but undeniably transformative over time. It's the invisible thread weaving strength, character, and purpose through your story. How often do we fail to recognize its power, overlooking the significance of those small, faithful steps? Yet, embracing consistency is more than just ticking off accomplishments. It's about the kind of person you're choosing to become. When you make consistency a habit, you're declaring to the world and to yourself that you are resilient, that you have an enduring faith in who you are and who you're growing to be. This unwavering dedication to show up, even when the path is unclear, mirrors what C.S. Lewis described as courage, not simply one of the virtues, but the form of every virtue at the testing point. Every time you show up, you're sharpening your resolve, refining your passion, and inching closer to your deepest purpose. Ask yourself, what legacy will your daily choices leave? Consistency is not merely a tool for reaching your goals, it is a path toward becoming a person of depth, passion, and unwavering commitment to a cause bigger than yourself. As Lewis would say, you can't go back and change the beginning, but you can start where you are and change the ending. And that's the beauty of consistency. It invites you to begin anew every day, making each small step a declaration of faith in what could be. There may be moments when your journey feels overwhelming, the road winding longer than expected. But remember, every step forward, no matter how small, testifies to your resilience and devotion. Lewis often wrote about transformation, not as an overnight revelation but as a journey of continuous becoming. He believed in the power of daily renewal, and so should you. What if your small, consistent actions today are building a future you can't yet see? What if your faithfulness now is the seed of a future harvest, the whisper of your potential coming to life? Consistency can be your compass through the storms, your foundation through uncertain times. Each day you commit to growth, you're living with purpose and passion and inspiring others to find their path. So, let today mark a new beginning, a moment to commit fully to the small steps that will carry you toward your dreams. Trust that with each act of faith, each movement forward, you're not just forming habits, you're building the life you were destined to live. Embrace the power of the ordinary, those quiet, repeated actions that transform you in ways you never imagined. For in the end, it's these consistent, faithful strides that make all the difference, bringing you ever closer to the person you were always meant to be. The journey toward your dreams is rarely straightforward. It's filled with twists, turns, and moments of doubt. Yet, each step, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant, draws you closer to the fulfillment of your purpose. C.S. Lewis once wrote, "Isn't it funny how day by day nothing changes? But when you look back, everything is different." These words echo the truth that growth is not always a grand, visible event, but often a series of steady, small choices. Have you ever felt that your efforts go unnoticed, or that progress is painfully slow? This is the heart of the struggle for consistency, believing that every action, no matter how mundane, has the power to shape your destiny. Lewis often described the Christian walk as a journey of becoming, a gradual transformation that requires steadfast faithfulness. Consistency is much like this journey of faith. It's the daily choice to show up, to keep walking even when the road feels endless. What if every habit you formed, every step you took, was like planting seeds in a garden? While some seeds may sprout quickly, others take longer, but the fruit they bear is always worth the wait. Embrace the small, quiet acts of growth that often go unseen by others. Just as the slow bloom of a flower reveals its beauty in due time, so will your efforts, bringing forth strength and resilience you never imagined. The truth is, consistency is more than just persistence. It's a reflection of who you are becoming. Your commitment to show up, day after day, even when faced with challenges, speaks to the depth of your character and your unwavering commitment to the path you have set. Think of the times when you were tempted to give up what stopped you. Was it the vision of a better future, a goal worth pursuing, or perhaps the quiet assurance that you were made for more? The vision you hold for your life is like the stars guiding a sailor through a storm. Consistency is that unyielding force that keeps you sailing forward, no matter how rough the seas. Remember, there is beauty in the mundane. There is power in the repetition of small actions that compound over time. And when you find yourself discouraged by the lack of immediate results, recall Lewis's encouragement: hardships often prepare ordinary people for an extraordinary destiny. Every challenge you face, every moment of doubt, is shaping you into someone stronger, wiser, and more prepared for the future that awaits. So, as you walk this journey, let today be the day you make a renewed commitment to consistency. Let each step forward be a testament to your strength, to the dreams you carry within, and to the legacy you wish to leave behind. Trust that with each passing day, every small, faithful action is part of the greater story God is weaving through your life. And know that the world is waiting for you, waiting to witness the beauty of your perseverance, the impact of your dreams realized, and the ripple effect of your faithful dedication to growth. Let consistency be your faithful companion, guiding you to places beyond your wildest imagination. C.S. Lewis once said, "Isn't it funny how day by day nothing changes, but when you look back, everything is different." Consistency might seem like a quiet, almost invisible force, often unnoticed and overshadowed by the louder ambitions and passions of life. But what if consistency is the true catalyst of transformation? Consider a stone sculptor chiseling away a bit of rock each day. Each small strike might feel inconsequential, but over time, a masterpiece emerges. In the same way, what daily habits or small actions are you nurturing that will eventually shape your life, your dreams, and your legacy? It's easy to get caught in the whirlwind of lofty dreams and expect instant results. Yet, consistency is the anchor that grounds those dreams in reality, turning mere wishes into tangible outcomes. C.S. Lewis reminds us that the future is something which everyone reaches at the rate of 60 minutes an hour. Whatever he does, whoever he is, it is through daily steps, showing up, even when it's tough, committing to your goals, despite setbacks, that you mold your potential. It's not about perfection, it's about commitment. How often do we underestimate the power of simply persevering, of staying on course despite the storms that arise? Reflect on your journey. Every time you showed up, every little habit you formed, every milestone you reached, those weren't just random moments, they were testaments to your strength, resilience, and dedication. Like Aslan in the Chronicles of Narnia, who patiently guides the children through trials and transformations, your journey of consistency is not devoid of challenges, but full of growth and unexpected beauty. And just as Aslan's gentle but firm guidance was a constant presence, your commitment to your dreams is what keeps you steady amidst life's uncertainties. Have you considered that every obstacle is an invitation to become stronger, to discover more of who you are? Imagine what would happen if you embraced consistency not as a chore, but as a compass pointing you toward a life of purpose, passion, and fulfillment. What if every day you approached your goals with the belief that the small actions matter? A prayer whispered in the morning, an act of kindness shared, a step forward in your craft. All these are seeds that, when planted consistently, yield a harvest far beyond what you can presently see. The journey might be long and unpredictable, but every step taken is one closer to your destination. The world is indeed waiting for your mark, and it's through unwavering dedication, like Lewis's characters who transform through their persistence and faith, that you inspire others to follow. Let your legacy be one of not just dreams pursued, but of the tenacity to keep moving, keep growing, and keep believing. And remember, just as Lewis's works have left a profound legacy of faith, transformation, and hope, your consistent actions have the power to leave an equally lasting impact. So let consistency be the gentle, steady rhythm of your life, the force that guides you to the dreams you are destined to achieve. With it, no dream is too big, no challenge too great, and no life untouched by your journey of faith and commitment. In the vast story of life, there comes a pivotal moment when we are called to act, to step boldly into the person we are meant to become. Will today be that day for you? The day you choose to walk steadily in purpose and faith, planting seeds of consistency? It's not about perfection, but a faithful journey forward, one step at a time. C.S. Lewis once wrote, "Isn't it funny how day by day nothing changes, but when you look back, everything is different." This wisdom speaks to the power of small actions. Each choice you make, every word, thought, and deed compounds into a story only you can write. But have you ever felt that overwhelming ache to give up, as if your efforts are simply sinking into quicksand? The road to growth can be daunting, filled with potholes of doubt and unforeseen turns of discouragement. Yet it's in these very moments of struggle that your steadfastness is refined. Just as the pilgrim's path winds through valleys and mountaintops, your journey to consistency is not a straight line but a dance of resilience. And as you press forward, remember Lewis's reminder that hardships often prepare ordinary people for an extraordinary destiny. What if each trial, each stumble, is simply the potter's hands molding you, shaping you for something greater? Reflect for a moment on what brought you here, the dream nestled in your heart, the vision planted like a beacon on the horizon. Let it draw you forward when the night seems darkest. When you are weary and tempted to falter, cling to the why of your journey. Consistency is not a series of grand gestures, it is faithfulness in the small things. It's the unseen work of a sculptor chiseling away the rough stone to reveal a masterpiece hidden within. Are you willing to continue even when progress is invisible, trusting that every repetition, every habit, every prayer is leading you closer to that vision? Imagine a life where your commitment becomes the compass that guides you through every storm, where each morning is a fresh canvas to paint your story. Consistency transforms, it is the fire that purifies and the wind that propels. Remember, you are writing your legacy not with flashes of brilliance but with a pen of daily faithfulness. You are building a monument that will stand firm, even when the tides rise. There is greatness within you, waiting to be unveiled. And with consistency as your ally, not only will you chase your dreams, you will catch them, shape them, and use them to leave a mark on the world that time cannot erase. How often do we find ourselves faltering on the path to our dreams, overwhelmed by the vastness of what lies ahead? In those moments, we're called to lean into the simple, steadfast truth that C.S. Lewis once articulated. Isn't it funny how day by day nothing changes, but when you look back, everything is different? Consistency, though seemingly small in each moment, holds the power to shape entire lives and destinies. It's about showing up, not just for the world but for yourself, committing to each step, even when the road seems endless and progress feels invisible. Consistency isn't the pursuit of flawlessness, it's the cultivation of resilience, a willingness to walk forward when it's easier to stand still, and to trust in God's presence when the outcome seems distant and unclear. Consider the journey of a sculptor chipping away at a block of marble. The first strike may seem insignificant, the shape indiscernible, but it's the persistence, the repeated and faithful chiseling that eventually reveals the masterpiece within. Likewise, God works on us with the same patient consistency, shaping our character through daily habits, small sacrifices, and moments of courage. The question then arises: what habits are you shaping today, and how are they chiseling your character? Are your small acts, though mundane, part of a bigger tapestry of faith and purpose? When faced with doubt, let these questions ground you, guiding you back to the truth that each step forward, however small, is an act of faith in the person God is molding you to be. Lewis spoke about the weight of glory, the immense potential and beauty we carry within as we strive to grow closer to God. And like an artist continually refining a piece of art, our lives are the canvas on which our legacy is painted one brushstroke at a time. Every act of showing up, every prayer whispered in the silence, every struggle faced with courage adds to that masterpiece. It's easy to become discouraged when the journey feels long and the destination unclear. But as Lewis reminds us, hardships often prepare ordinary people for an extraordinary destiny. The difficulties encountered in the daily pursuit of our dreams are not obstacles, but opportunities to deepen our reliance on God and to grow stronger through His grace. Imagine a ship navigating through turbulent waters, relying on a steady compass to find its way. Consistency is that compass. It doesn't prevent the storms, but it provides the steady course needed to make it through. When life becomes a tempest, will you let your faith be the guiding light that points to God's promises? The path may be winding and the trials many, but every moment of persistence, every time you stand up after falling, is a testimony to the strength God has placed within you. So, take each step with purpose. Let the rhythm of your actions, day by day, reveal the life you are called to live, a life of passion, purpose, and dedication to the glory of God. Know that the impact you leave, the lives you touch, and the dreams you bring to life are the ripples of your unwavering commitment to consistency. With God's hand on your journey and His faithfulness as your foundation, there is no dream too far, no mountain too high, no challenge too great to overcome. Go forth boldly, and let the legacy of your consistent faithfulness inspire others to rise to their potential and walk with God's strength in their own lives. Let today be more than just another page in the story of your life. Let it be the turning point where your path is illuminated by consistency and determination. Ask yourself, what dreams have been buried under doubt or forgotten in the chaos of daily life? Could it be that the very life you envision is simply waiting for you to take that first small step, the one that seems insignificant but holds the power to transform everything? Remember, every journey starts with a single move forward, but it's the steady rhythm of persistence that turns those moves into miles. C.S. Lewis once wrote, "Isn't it funny how day by day nothing changes? But when you look back, everything is different." This truth speaks directly to the heart of consistency. It's the thread that weaves our days into a tapestry of progress, even when the changes seem invisible at first glance. Consistency is not a rigid routine, but a daily reawakening, a willingness to show up, strive, and seek growth, despite the inevitable storms of life. And perhaps the beauty of this journey is not just in the accomplishment of goals, but in the process of discovering who you are becoming with each deliberate step. When the road feels endless and your strength wavers, take a moment to pause and reflect. What was the spark that set you on this path? Was it a calling to make a difference, a vision of a better future, or a deep desire to become who you were created to be? Lewis's words echo with wisdom here. You are never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream. Let that truth sink into your soul. Consistency is not about perfection, it is about aligning your actions with your deeper purpose, allowing every setback to strengthen your resolve and every small victory to light your way forward. Consider the endless ripples of your actions, one act of kindness, one disciplined choice, one step toward your dream. It is easy to feel overwhelmed by the world's challenges, but remember that each of your consistent efforts is like planting a seed that will one day bear fruit, often in ways you could never predict. Embrace the daily commitment to show up, not because every day feels victorious, but because you understand that the journey itself is shaping you into a person of substance and impact. With consistency as your compass, you will uncover potential within yourself that you never imagined. This pursuit is not about reaching a final destination, but about growing, learning, and moving closer to the life you are destined for. The world may be vast, but it is waiting for your voice, your mark, your legacy. And with each small step of dedication, the road to that life becomes clearer, revealing that no dream is unattainable, no mountain too high, when approached with the power of a steadfast heart.